Hello guys, and welcome back. Today I am splitting this video up into two segments. I was going to actually do it all together, but I thought this part's going to not take very long and you might not watch it because it would have been at the end of the video, because it would have been a workout first and then explaining obviously the thumbnail. So I'm going to tell you obviously what the thumbnail is about and why I'm actually coaching myself. I'm not hiring anybody. I'm not getting anybody to help me at all. And maybe in a way that if you are experienced enough or you have been training long enough, that maybe you don't need to hire a coach, depending on what you want in the end, and hopefully something in this video might help you, even if it's to learn how to program your own training program. So if you're new to my channel, I am a bodybuilder. I'm currently on prep. It's going okay at the moment. This week was a bit bad. I had my second jab through, obviously I am classed as not a high risk, but like just below, because I found out a couple of years ago I had a weaker kidney, and apparently I am now a higher risk, which I've never had no kidney troubles at all, never had no pain. But obviously if you've had the jab, or the first one or the second one, it does knock you about a bit. It does make you feel like lethargic, weak. So this week's training has not been up to scratch. Obviously I haven't trained for about 3 days, and due to that my diet also didn't go to plan. I was just eating what I could to make myself feel better, trying to get in it. And if you know, when you feel ill, you don't really want to eat bodybuilding food. You want to eat stuff that you can just get down you, which can make you feel better. So I've had a couple of days off, but with all that, actually my weight has been okay. I have not put any more weight on. I'm not telling you my weight because that will be for next Sunday's video. It will be my first physique update for you lot to know, my first what I've lost in 3 weeks. And yeah, it's going okay. Like I said, it's going okay, but the whole point of this video is, am I actually with a coach? Am I training just to train? Am I getting experience from other people telling me what to do? Is it going to be me just doing it myself, or am I going to get somebody? Am I just going to do a diet? And the answer to that is, I'm going to be doing it myself, and there's a few reasons why. So if you've ever been on prep or you've ever hired a coach, it doesn't have to be for a bodybuilding competition, it doesn't have to be for anything. It could be for strength, it could be weight loss, it could be for anything. Depending on the person, depending on who they are, prices vary from anything, and some can be very, very expensive, some can be very, very cheap. And I thought at the start of the prep I would talk to a few people to see what price range they actually offer, and if it was realistic for what I'd be getting. Would they give me anything more than I don't know myself? Because when you are experienced enough to do a diet yourself, a coach that you're going to hire really needs to know a lot more about dieting, into the real nitty and gritty, which you don't know yourself. And if you do know that stuff, then why would you need a coach? There is reasons why you need a coach. I'm not saying coaches are a waste of money, because they're not, because they can help you in things that you do not know nothing about. That is their job. They train. They might be somebody who has been there, done that. And I wanted that. I didn't want a coach who never ever been in a show. I didn't want a coach who's never experienced it, because I think if they've done it themselves, they know that the good sides, the bad sides, the mistakes they've done themselves, and they can implement them in their coaching. So I talked to a few people, and the prices were very, I would say, quite expensive. I wasn't thinking they would be that much, you know, for basically a training plan, which would be something that I know myself, diet plan, which I probably would be similar to what I would be doing anyway. And I laid on it for about a month. I just thought, well, I've only got so much money to spend. I can't afford so much. I'm not going to put loads of money into a plan and get somebody to coach me if it doesn't work. And then I've lost all this money, where obviously single dad, you know, looking after a child. I got to obviously look after myself as well, bills to pay, and I don't want to be skint just to look good when I could basically do it myself. And I don't know if I'm going to be going into a show, you know. So I went through a few more people, and they all seemed around the similar price, you know. One person was at a great price who's local, and I might go to him depending on what I look like after so many weeks, because he does it a very different way, which is very good, where he does it in a 4-week segment for so much, and I think that was quite good. I asked a few people, can you do that, because I really wanted to do the dieting myself and, you know, learn the process of dieting properly all the time and being strict by myself, because in the end of the day, the coaches, unless you can afford a coach year in, year out, one day you will have to learn how to eat and train with no help. And the best way to do that is do it yourself. Yes, there's going to be failures, there's going to be hurdles on the way, but doing it by yourself is you're the best critic. You are the person who you're doing it for. You know, there's no one else. You know, these people you pay this money to, it's not going to wreck their lives. It's not going to wreck their futures. You know, if you don't stick to their scheme, their way, you know, you'll be, you know, a thing in the past. And so I decided to basically prep myself. I've been doing fitness for long enough now to know what my weaknesses are and what my strengths are. My strengths are training and basically proving people wrong. If somebody doubts me, that makes me more determined. So I knew them was my strengths. My weaknesses was my diet. I've always been a binge eater. I've always been a person with a sweet tooth. It's very hard to be eating healthy when you're around people who don't eat healthy. And when that food's in front of you, it's hard not to. Especially with my personality, I would say I'm quite all over the place at the moment. I've always been like that, you know. I don't have a set pattern. I don't seem to have a straight normal life where it's just easy going all the time. I can get very stressed out, quite a lot actually, and obviously when you're stressed you want to go and eat something nice to make you feel better, and I have to try and tackle that. So I decided to wean myself off bad stuff and not do it as much. It was great, until the COVID thing, and then I had a bit of bad food in the last few days, but I made sure that I wasn't eating so much that it would make me put on weight. Obviously, having the jab, I didn't eat hardly anything, so I was so under calories. I probably ate under 1,000 calories for about 2 days. I really, really did not want to eat, and so I just wanted to basically eat anything. So I just ate anything just to get me to feel back to normal. And sometimes you have to do that. Sometimes you have a stumble, but will this stumble wreck the rest of my prep? No, it won't, because something happened to make that happen, if you get me. You know, if you're doing it for no reason, then that's when you have problems. That's when you maybe need a coach. That's when you need somebody, because obviously if you're paying money, and I would say it more, I say, for people who money's quite important to them. If you're hiring a coach, you don't really want to waste your money and then just chuck it all away. It's basically giving them somebody some money and then just going and eat some cake. You're stupid if you do that. You know, what's the point? So I thought, right, now it's done, I'm back to normal, it's time to see where I weigh. And surprisingly, I was exactly the same weight to what I was in before I had the jab, which was great news for me. Obviously, me eating hardly nothing, and then me eating quite a bit of food. It was sort of like a refeed, if you would say, and it made me not put on any weight, not make me feel bad about myself, because obviously I checked the scales after I did that, because I did feel bad, because I thought, oh no, I've lost this weight and I'm now going to put all the weight on and I've got to start from scratch again, and it didn't happen. So I felt good about that, and I needed to then sort of realise now I need to step up the game and start training even more harder than last time. And basically that is what you need to do. It's not about the training plan, it's not about the diet, it's about yourself. And if you're thinking about training yourself, doing a diet plan, doing a training plan, it doesn't matter what your goals are, it's about what's in here. It doesn't matter how great that plan is, how great that diet plan is, if you can physically not mentally do it, you will not do it. You've got to think, is this thing realistic? Can you actually do this diet? Can you do this workout? Have you got that many days to do that workout? Can you afford that diet? Can you afford this training plan? Can you afford all this? Can you do this? You know, there's so many things. You can tick all them boxes and say, yeah, I can work out 4 times a week. Yeah, I can eat 2,000 calories a day. Yeah, then do it. Stick to it. Because there will be a time when you get to maybe 2-3 weeks down the line and you stuck to it. You won't even notice you're missing any bad foods. You won't notice you're missing anything. And that is the one thing I'm basically almost on the cusp of, and it's not eating bad things. If I didn't have my jab, I wouldn't even be doing this video at all. I'd have probably just done it and said, no, I'm training myself, yeah, in a workout video. But I needed to get this video out to tell you that I'm obviously training myself, mainly because I can't afford it. Being where I am in my position, I can't afford to pay £200-300 a month, because that's how much it costs to get somebody to train me on stuff that I basically do know virtually most of. Dieting is not hard, and it frustrates me when people do try and exploit people, try and like basically rip people off, saying you need to have this, you need to do this, you need to that, you need to buy all these supplements, you need to buy this, and you need to have all this food, you need to have all this range of food, and you need to do this training plan, and they don't really think about the person themselves, about how they are going to live. And that's why I say, when you find a coach, make sure that coach is good for you. Make sure that person, and some people I've seen some coaches who see how some people struggle and they sort of like change their plan for that person. You know, some people just don't care. They have a set price, they want that, they don't care. If you can't afford them, they don't want to know you. And yes, people have to make a living, but also not everybody's in the same boat. You know, you got to remember, and I'm talking as a person, normal average person, to people who are coaches as well, that in the end of the day, what you charge a person doesn't mean you're better than somebody else. You could be cheaper, you could be more expensive, but that person who's cheaper could be better than the most expensive person, and vice versa. And also, the person you're coaching could make your coaching, your personal training profile, your coaching profile explode. You could have somebody who's very, very poor or hasn't got much money, but really needs somebody to help them diet, and they are just, no one's giving them the handout, the help for that person to do it, because no one wants to lower their prices from. But this person has got probably more determination than whoever else they are coaching, and could blow up channel. You know, if somebody's like 50-60 pounds overweight and lose it all, that will make your coaching plans, your coaching platform so much better, wouldn't it? And it's a shame, but obviously people have got to live, people have got to earn, and of course people who are got a better name for themselves can price themselves up. And that's the same in any business, any, you know, like football. If you're scoring 20-30 goals a season, obviously your valuation is going to be a lot more than somebody who's scoring 5. So I understand that, but this is why I'm coaching myself, and I suggest, if you know a little bit about coaching, you don't even have to know about coaching. You can get coaching plans online, you can watch people on YouTube, you can watch your most favourite YouTuber and copy some of their workouts and try them, and if you like it, you know, put it in your workout plan, you know, and that's all you need to do, you know. So before you think about hiring a coach, or thinking about, well, I haven't got that much money, I can't afford it, try it yourself. Try it. Get somebody who maybe is a friend or you look up to in a gym, and say, mate, can I train with you? Can I train how you train and that? And they'll be like, yeah, go on. And then, you know, you learn off them. There's loads of ways. But I hope this video was explained, the thumbnail and everything, because I needed to get it out. A lot of people have been asking me, are you training? Who's your coach? Are you doing it yourself? And I'm doing it myself because I can't afford it. And also I'm thinking, well, if I want to coach people and they look at my transformation, I can say, well, yeah, that is all my own coaching. If I can coach myself and get like this, then I can do it for you. And do it on a budget, and do it if you've got not much money, and, you know, hopefully make that person in better condition. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you've got any questions or anything you want to ask me, comment down below, and I will see you tomorrow with that next video, obviously, of a workout. I don't know what it's going to be, obviously, because I've missed a few days out, so I might do a full body workout for you. I don't know yet, but obviously join in tomorrow and you'll find out what it's going to be. Anyway, goodbye.